In shocking news, Xbox has bought Capcom. This is a huge surprise. We didn't really necessarily see this coming, especially with the whole purchase of Activision Blizzard, kind of, the big amount of work behind that one. The fact that, it's got to close, it's got to be done, it's got to be set. But no, Xbox is making big moves. Be sure to like the video, subscribing is great as well. What do we have here in a deal that is worth 11 billion, just under 11 billion dollars? Xbox has purchased Capcom. This is going to provide a great foothold in Japan for Xbox to pivot and build from iconic franchises such as Resident Evil, Dead Rising, which has always had close ties with Xbox, Lost Planet, Devil May Cry, and just like a plethora of really top tier classic games and IP are going to be brought to Xbox. Going forward, there's going to be some levels of exclusivity. There are some existing contracts and whatnot that do have to be, worked out. Same we've seen with Bethesda. Same we've been seeing with, Activision Blizzard. This is a huge deal. I don't know if it's as industry changing as Activision Blizzard, but this is a big addition and adjustment to the Xbox family that continues to grow with exciting new publishers. And like I said, they've been struggling to really get into the Japan market. They've been saying for a while they've been wanting to get a core publisher, and I think this might be a good way to really give themselves, a nice set of games, IP, and just recognition within that industry, or that part of the industry, I guess you would say. Like, this is a really, really nice inclusion. You're going to see these titles once the deal concludes, after several months, after, everything's looked at. This is a bit of a smaller company, so it's not going to be as big of an effort as it was for Activision Blizzard's acquisition, but this still will take some time. But as soon as that deal's done, day one, you're going to see those titles arrive on Game Pass. As long as, like I said, there's no pre-existing conditions or deals or problems that arise. And this is really going to be a great addition to the Xbox family. I mean, you get all of these different Resident Evil titles. You get to have, like, Lost Planet. I've been hearing, kind of as part of this, Phil Spencer, a big focus on the return of Lost Planet. He called it one of the greatest accomplishments in ice-based shooting. It's, he loves the mechs. He's crazy about it. It's why they went after Titanfall in the past. Big mech fan. Xbox, they love mechs. So, yeah, we're going to see Lost Planet return. It's been too long. He's also mentioned Dead Rising is a franchise that he really loves, and that they're looking at potentially rebooting that franchise from scratch and really making it a top-tier title to the point of where it should be at the top tier of gaming because, Dead Rising, zombies, everything like that. So it's really exciting that there's already all of these plans set forth for these iconic games. I mean, obviously, they're going to want to just, kind of like milk Resident Evil, because why wouldn't you? And as you can tell with this great backdrop here that's already been provided, another big thing that they like, Monster Hunter. It's a big franchise. It's got long roots. It's very well loved. We just had Monster Hunter Rise available, and Monster Hunter World was a big deal. So we're going to see that franchise continue with legacy titles being brought over, and new entries in the series as well available on the Xbox platform. There's also Street Fighter over there. We're going to finally be able to enjoy the full scope of Street Fighter games on the Xbox platform. Fighting is going to get a big boost on the the platform, because we're actually going to have a major competitive fighting game as part of that first party. Just iconic characters. And then we've got Devil May Cry, obviously a very well loved series, quite iconic, long legacy, and not to mention the additional Capcom IP and library of games that are going to be present. I didn't really hear anything about Mega Man, but I mean, it's kind of expected, right? But I guess really the initial negotiations here have been going on for quite a while. A lot of talks behind closed doors. Apparently a big starting part of this was the whole Minecraft Mega Man expansion crossover. I guess that was really a big thing for them wanting to kind of get this deal down the road. And I think it's really just going to be a good competitive advantage and angle for Xbox to use and leverage the IP, the iconic series that Capcom has. I mean, obviously, these juggernauts. And then, really, like I had said earlier, reinvigorating the existing franchises, that have such close ties to Xbox, Lost Planet, Dead Rising, getting those series going again, and really showing off what there is. We've also got things like Ace Attorney, Dino Crisis. We've got, again, there is Mega Man, but I haven't heard there's any plans for Mega Man at all. People are like, Mega Man hungry, but it wouldn't be Capcom if Mega Man wasn't sort of just like chilling out in the backdrop, not being used. So this is just a lot more realistic, I guess you would say, in the grand scheme of things. There's also rumblings. Beautiful Joe? I don't know. Maybe Joe will return. Who's to say? But it's a good time to get excited about what's going on and where things are going to head. I mean, this is a really nice addition to the Xbox platform. I think this is going to help well round out an area that has been, a little bit lacking and has seen some success literally due to Capcom. And that's the horror section of, games on Xbox Game Pass. So by getting those Resident Evil games, that's a whole genre that's going to be propped up and supported properly through this acquisition. Not to mention those other titles, the developers, that sort of, again, foothold in Japan so that Xbox can further take, direction in trying to build up recognition there. I don't think this is the end of the acquisitions. I mean, obviously, coming out so quickly to drop another purchase is such a genuine surprise. You think they would, kind of wait a little bit for things to clear and calm down, but no, they're firing right out the gate. They're hungry for publishers, they're hungry for developers, and I think this Capcom edition is really just great. I mean, you get some straight up iconic series, you get to bolster your lineup, your portfolio in some exciting ways. And I'm sure these are going to be really nice additions to the Game Pass sort of plethora of titles available. And already the backwards compatibility, Capcom's got some great legacy support there. So I don't know what else they could really add backwards compatibility wise, but I did hear the team was kind of taking a look at some things, so we'll have to wait and see if that angle is used as well. But yeah, what an exciting day. Another big grab for Xbox. I mean, I've told you, the consolidation is continuing. We're not seeing the end of this. This is a big moment that rides on the history of other big moments, first Bethesda, then Activision Blizzard King, now Capcom. Where will it stop? I mean, I don't think we've seen the end of this. I feel like almost this exact same time next year, there's going to be something else big too, and I can't wait to see what happens.